gentlemen, good morning everybody. Good morning everybody.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great.
Today we are going to have a very interesting interactive workshop for you. Please have a look at some pictures and guess what this workshop is going to be about. What this gentleman is doing?
Reading.
What?
Newspaper.
So, full sentence answer please. Full sentence answer please.
He's reading the newspaper.
Okay. Here. Where is she? Okay, what is she doing?
The manual.
What is she reading?
He's reading the manual.
Menu. In this picture, what do you see? So, if you need the telephone number, what do you do? You read. Okay. In this picture, what do you see? What is this? It's an ad, alright? Okay. So what do you think this workshop is going to be about?
Different kinds of reading.
Yeah? Developing effective strategies for teaching reading in different contexts. Okay. I am your colleague, Zulfakarali. I started teaching in 1999 and joined KU in 2007. Taught EFLESL at various colleges and schools in Pakistan and USA. Masters in Linguistics and Literature from Pakistan, then proceeded to Hammersmith and Western and College, UK, and completed my self-taught patterns, certified IELTS trainer. So I am one of your colleagues. This workshop overview. We're going to talk about active reading strategies. Here we will also look at what the experts say about active reading strategies. After that, the reading strategies and sub-skills that effective readers employ. Evaluating reading tasks. Setting tasks and activities for reading texts. Sequencing a reading skills lesson. Planning for comprehension. And at the end, we will have a practical component to this workshop. Okay, brothers, let's get started. Read aloud. This is a speed reading exercise. You will read fast, you will read aloud. Everybody, are you ready?
Ready.
Everybody, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, I would like to listen you read aloud and read fast. Yes, please. Okay, what is this?
Red.
Are you sure?
No.
Are you sure?
Green. It's green.
Is red or green?
Red.
So what did you read before this? What did you read before this? When you read aloud, when you read fast, what did you do?
You read the word.
You read the word instead of
Color.
colors. But what was the instruction?
Read aloud.
So my question is, did you apply the right strategy for the right kind of reading? No, we are going to answer this question in this workshop. Complete the following sentences, please. When I learned a foreign language, the reading was. So, talking about your personal experience. Reading was challenging, interesting. Any more ideas? Difficult, hard, yeah, enjoyable, boring, yeah, boring. Any more ideas? So you have various kind of experience when you learn foreign language. Then I think reading in the foreign language classroom is interesting. What do you think about it?
It's difficult for students.
It's difficult for students. Any more ideas, please? Important. Any more ideas?
The reaction between the text and the reader.
The reaction between the text and the reader.
is the most interesting skill, you know, in language teaching.
Great. Any more ideas from this side, please?
Challenging.
Okay, challenging, right? Students need to learn how to read. What?
For different purposes.
Various texts.
Yeah? Various texts?
For a purpose.
For a purpose. Very good idea. Any more ideas, please?
You have to read silent.
How? Yeah. Okay, great. Active reading strategies. In your groups of four, discuss these questions. Question number one is, what kind of reading should students do? What are appropriate approaches to reading? What should a good reading exercise do? What role does extensive reading play in developing learners' reading skills? In groups of four, please discuss these questions.
Would you want this to be geared for our DLI
Let's discuss one by one. What kind of reading should students do?
Loud reading, silent reading.
Okay.
Reading for extensive reading.
Okay.
Reading for just reading for general idea or specific information.
Right. What are appropriate approaches to reading? What are appropriate approaches to reading?
Skimming, scanning.
Okay.
Reading
Yeah.
Reading
From the gist. Okay.
Reading for specific information.
What should a good reading exercise do?
Test comprehension and
Yeah.
understanding of the text.
Okay.
Check vocabulary.
Okay. Okay.
Check vocab.
Check vocab.
Check relationship between different parts of the text.
Is extensive reading important?
Yes.
Does it play any role in developing students' learning skills?
Yes, it's captures their reading skills, widen their scope.
All right, let's see what the experts say about these four different aspects of reading. Handout one, word aloud. I'm going to give you this handout. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. A will read only A. B will read only B. C, D, D. Do not look at the other version. Read alone. Then suggest a suitable title for the passage and make 3 written notes about the text. So what are you going to do? Number 1, read. Read alone. Number 2,
Read your own section.
read your own section, A, B, or C, or D. Number 2, suggest a title. Number 3,
Write
number
notes.
3, write the written notes about the text. Right? So, just I will tell you, then you just pick up, okay?
You don't have it. You better find something. Join our group.
Okay. Okay.
We have all 4. Oh, you're the video man. You excuse me.
All right, gentlemen. All A's, please put up your hands. All A's, please put up your hands. Okay, all B's, put up your hands. All C's and all D's. Okay, please remember your parent group. This is your parent group. After this step, you will have to come back to your parent group. Okay? All A's, please come over here. All A's. come over here. All A's come over here. All B's come over here. All C's here and all D's here.
See, are you see? No, I'm
Okay. Okay, everybody please. All right, everybody please. All right, everybody please. Okay, everybody please. Everybody please. What you are going to do here now is discuss what you have read and actual notes you missed. In your groups now, you are all A's, all B's, all C's, all D's. Discuss in your group. What you have read and actual notes you have read.
things that apply to all sects. Does anyone disagree that you want to make it you want me to get some more?
Share the information from the text you have read and only refer to the notes from the text please. Now you are A, B, C, D. Now you can share different information from your group please. Share with your groups please. activity that you have just done. Work alone. Make a list of the reading strategies that you applied before, during, and after reading the text, and while making notes. Work alone. What reading strategies did you apply to this reading text? To this reading text in group A, B, C, D. Before reading, during reading, and after reading, and while making notes. 3 minutes, please. Work alone. With a partner now and compare your answers. What are you going to do now? You're working alone or in pairs? In pairs, please. In pairs. Yes. 2,
when you go back to the question, the color words, it's misleading. Colored words. These are colored words. So if I say.
So we have to check. We have before reading we have to see ask the questions, visualize, predict, connect, and then respond.
The instructions must be clear.
Okay. So these are some of the strategies that active readers employ. Some most strategies. Recognize words quickly. Do you agree with it?
Sure.
Use text features, headings, subheadings, pictures to predict the content of the text. Deduce the meaning. Deduce the meaning.
Any stuff.
But not all the reading texts have the headings.
Yeah.
These are just some points. Just some points. Sometimes you don't have the heading. Sometimes you remove the title on purpose. Yep. Read different speeds for different purposes. Understand information when not explicitly stated. Distinguish main ideas from minor ones. Distinguish between fact and opinion. Use prior knowledge to work out the meanings.
And this is important.
Understand relationships between parts of the text from the use of connectives, signal words.
Yes.
Skimming, scanning. Identify the main points. Use context to build meaning and make comprehension. Continue reading even when unsuccessful, at least for a while. Adjust strategies to the purpose of reading. And this is my answer to your questions. Adjust your strategies when you do not think that the one strategy is working properly. So this is adapted from by 1978 and Arizona. Okay. Work in groups. Work in groups are four. Match the reading strategies with their descriptions. You have these strips. Match the 1, 2, 3, 4 reading sub-skills with their descriptions. So what are you going to do? Are you going to work alone, in pairs, or in groups? Groups. In groups. So what are you going to do? Match what?
Description with the...
Yeah, description with the reading sub-skills. Here you go.
Unstable? You're not stable.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Everybody please make your attention. Alright. Alright, please check here. Number 1 goes with G. Number two and number 4. Number 2 and 3 are interchangeable. No problem with this. So 2D, 3D, 4D, 5A, 6C, All right, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Now, let's evaluate a reading task. Let's evaluate a reading task. Work alone. This is once again, you will work on your own. Do not share your ideas with your partner at this point. Work alone. Read the following text. And under the text, you have 3 tasks. You have to evaluate whether the tasks are appropriate for the first reading, for the second reading, for the third reading, appropriate or not, and give the reasons why not. So you are going to work alone. Number 2, read the text and evaluate the 3 tasks given under this text. You have to tell whether the task is appropriate or not, and then you have to give your reasons.
See you in a bit.
Attention, please. Now, work with the partner, compare your answers, please. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So let me see what I think is. Task 1, first reading. Which country is talked about in the text?
Yes.
In my opinion, it's not appropriate because just talking about one country is one piece of information, not the general idea of the whole text. So the first reading should aim at the main idea, the general idea of the whole text. Task 2 is again not appropriate because at this stage, for the second reading, the aim should be to think about the minute details, the different information, the specific information in the text. And third reading, I think third task is appropriate because by the third reading, students should be able to make out the meanings of the difficult words from the context. So, in my opinion, task 1 is not appropriate, task 2 is not appropriate, task 3 is appropriate.
Maybe the task 3 is not appropriate as well, because huge is a key word here, and they might not be familiar with the word, so it should be given to them, be teach
Right.
to the cap.
Here my idea is, they have done first reading, second reading, third reading.
They should have
After the third reading, they have gone through the main idea, they have gone through the details, and with the help of the context clues. By the third reading, it's enough, I think. Students should be able to make out the meaning.
I think that it's not enough. The students don't have enough vocabulary to understand the surrounding of the word to get the meaning.
Right.
Especially if we take into consideration the level of our students. It will be hard for them to detect from the content the meaning of such words.
Great. Great.
What I say that the word you use here is very important in the text, because you can see spider and it doesn't make any difference to me.
Right.
But since it is huge, and for a lady, that means this is as a keyword should be explained or pre-told.
Great. Great. Okay, let's move to another, yes please.
When we evaluate a reading text, okay, based on number 1, text type, number 2, length of the text, number 3, vocabulary, grammar of the text, then the level of difficulty, then the speed of process for a student.
Great ideas, great connections. Okay, let's talk about setting useful activities and tasks. I'm going to show you a picture. Work in pairs A, B. For example, A, B, 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 A, B. Work in pairs with the help of pictures and the two words. You have to tell B. All A's will tell all B's what the reading text is going to be about. So what are you going to do?
To tell what the
All A's with the help of these two pictures and these two words will tell B what the text is going to be about. Go. And here are the two words for student B. Now B's will tell A's what this reading is going to be about. Go. What this reading text is going to be about in more detail. What do you think this passage is going to be about? activity 1, for example, think back to this activity, work in groups of 4. How many stages did you go through? What were they? And at what stage of the lesson can you do this activity? And what is the purpose of this type of activity? In your groups, discuss these 3 questions, please. So, how many stages did you go through? How many stages did you go through? Number 1,
And guessing.
number 1, you work in pairs, A's and B's. Number 2, the teacher shows a picture and 2 words related to the text. And student A tells student B.
And the vice versa.
And the vice versa. And the B tells A. At what stage of the lesson can you do this activity? At what stage of the lesson? Before reading, during reading, after reading? Before reading. And what is the purpose of this activity? What about TTT versus STT? What do you think? This activity generates
Students are focused.
students focus. Okay, thank you very much.
Learner center.
This is a summary of all this text curriculum. If you want, you can have a photo of this. So we went through all these 3 stages here. All right, everybody, let's move forward. Okay, let's move forward, please. We are going to do another activity. Read the following text silently. I'm going to give you this, right? So, this is the text. What you are going to do here is, excuse me please, you read silently. After reading it, you put it upside down. I will read out the same story, the same text. I will pause at certain points. I will pause at a certain point. You will have to provide me the missing word. Right? So this is very easy. Silent reading, please.
Anybody who hasn't signed, guys? Anybody who hasn't signed yet? All done. Thank you.
Please focus the first 2 paragraphs only. Please focus on the first 2 paragraphs only. Just to help you to cut time because we don't have much time. Please focus on the first 2 paragraphs only. right, please put this upside down. Everybody, please. I'm going to read out, and you listen when I pause. You will have to provide me the missing word.
Yes.
Right? Are you ready for this? Good. Okay. Please listen. So when I need a pause, I will say da 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 da. So, right? Okay. Attention, please.
Attention, please.
Attention, please. When Manuel Pedro's daughter looked at him one morning and said, "Wow, you are fat," he knew it was time to lose some weight. You see the answer after this. The trouble was, he didn't have time. Wait. I work in an office all day, and when I get home in the evening, I just want to sit down. I just want to sit down. Okay. Let's see. This activity, we are going to analyze this activity now. For example, it was time to lose some weight. He didn't have time. I generally. Okay, please see here. It was time to lose some weight. We can use this activity for some lexical features, like collocations, to teach some vocabulary, some kind of lexical features. He didn't have time. When we want to focus on the grammatical features, we can use this activity to focus on a certain grammatical feature. And generally, often, usually,
Frequency.
especially the words which you have just taught, to give them an idea about. So this activity is useful for these three things that it focuses on. You can use this activity for different purposes. For example, talking about the lexical features of the text, talking about the grammatical features, and the new words that you have taught. Okay, now let's move forward. Next 22, think back. Working groups, how many stages did you go through? How many stages did you go through this activity? First of all, the students read. Students read silently, the whole story. After that, the teachers read out the same text with pauses, gap filling. Students will supply the missing words. So the target, what is the purpose of this type of activity? You can highlight the lexical features, grammatical features, and the new words. This is summary of all this activity, of all this.
So could you please go back to the activity itself? So,
This one?
yeah, please. Thank you. Here now, you can go to the next one. Next.
This is a summary of this whole exercise. All right, let's move forward. Sequencing reading skills lesson. I'm not going to put a lot of time here because you already know about it. For example, build interest, set suggestions, scanning tasks, learners read and compare their answers, learners check answers with their teacher, set an intensive reading task, learners read and compare answers, learners check answers with their teacher, and set an extension activity. This is the general terminology is different, but this is the general reading sequence that we usually have. Planning for comprehension. What questions do you consider before planning a comprehension? For example, in 2008, he suggests, for example, what do my students know about this topic? What specific vocabulary or concepts do they need to understand before they can understand this passage? How can I get my students interested in this topic? What purpose can I provide for the reading? What activities will help students engage in this text? Do parts of this text allow for purposeful repeated readings? And is there potential for teaching word identification strategies in this text? So these are some of the strategies, some of the questions that we can keep in mind before sending the tasks.
That's very good in case you have a choice, of the subject material, but it's already set for you. So whether you like it or not, this is there.
All right. So now by the end of this activity, we have reached a practical part of this presentation. Gentlemen, I'm going to provide you these posters, and on these posters, I need you to work in groups of 6. In groups of 6 now. So 6. So what we are going to do here is, excuse me please, please just listen please. I'm going to give you some reading text from English Unlimited. So what you have to do here is, what activities would you like would you design, what strategies would you apply, and what reading skills your students would practice, and present your ideas to the other groups. In groups of 6, please. Groups of 6, please. Please May have attention please, it's time to present your ideas. So one person from each group will present the ideas, and after presenting the ideas you can place your work here on this board. So that when we finish, if you want to take photos, you will take photos. So first of all, I would like to invite this group please. So anyone from this group please. Would you like to invite Excuse me, attention please. Attention please. Attention please. Attention please. Excuse me. Excuse me please. May I have your attention please. Mr. Asif Khan is going to present his.
It's my group work actually. I didn't get the copy, so I didn't read through. What I did actually, they dictated me and I spelled out everything here. The first thing is this reading activity. It's an important thing to design certain activities before reading. So the first thing is with the help of the picture, since there's a picture and there's a code. So because of these two things, we could design a predicting activity. Predicting the cues are pictures in the text and a code. After that, we do some pre-teach activity. There are certain vocabularies which will be pre-taught. After that, there will be brief feedback. Then we move into the next stage, which is while reading activity, and in this, the main focus will be on skimming, providing multiple answers, 2 or 3, so that they can find the main idea of the reading text, followed by providing them some MCQs, because now there's some scanning is required, and they go deep into the text. So with the help of comprehension MCQs, comprehension questions, this activity will be done, and then again there will be brief feedback if they made any mistakes. Finally, we move to the off-reading activity. There will be an intensive gap-fill activity which will be designed to focus on the language practice, which could include vocabulary and grammar and these things. And finally, there will be again feedback. With the help of these 3 different stages, we hope that students will be able to understand this well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now this group please. Now this group please.
This is the text that we're supposed to make a chart for this one. So but actually we've got no pictures. It was very hard for us to realize something to the students because about the code and weakness. So what the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask students about the personal life, like sort of warm up. Like what happens in your country about the code, or if you make some crime, what happens? So they might give us feedback, or if someone makes a mistake, he goes to the qadi or something like this. So they might give some vocabulary like from this text. Then you're going to ask some questions, WH questions. Okay, what do you think what happens? What can be the afterward? Okay, during this thing, what happens? So this is they're ready to understand the text now. After this, we are going to see what is our purpose of teaching. Now from this text is understanding the focus reading. Okay, because here the vocabulary was very hard. So we are focusing on the vocabulary. So we are going to teach them some of the words that they gave us and some of the associated words. Some in the first activity we have done the word huge. Similarly, we are going to give them a word and they would get the similar meanings. So that should maximum understanding of the text. And then we're going to have skimming of this text and skimming. And at the end we're going to have some gap activities, like we're going to put the papers down the way he has done with us. Okay? And we're going to see, they're going to read silently. And again, like 1, 2, 3 paragraphs, something like that. And then every student, like 4 or 5 students, every student get 1 paragraph. Like this one student, A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they would read it silently and then they would share in the group. Okay, and at this thing, this is the first topic, the second one. At the end, they would have the whole paragraph. And then we can give them a short quiz or sort of question where they can do it in the pairs, the activity.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay. The presenter asked me to be brief in a way. This is a text about debate. Okay. So we start with the pre-reading, display two pictures of old and new debate, and then we ask students to talk about debate through these two pictures. Then prediction, to show them the title, and ask for the main idea to guess the main prediction stage. Then elicitation and presentation of new vocab follows. Then while reading, we read for the main idea, and we check, of course, the prediction at the same time. And then we go for a question like, what major developments have been taking place in the debate? And then to go for detailed reading next. So I ask specific information. So what was the bad decision in the 1980s and 1990s? And then to give some true-false questions as well. And then finally, post-reading, we ask the response. Would you like to win the debate? Why or why not? Thank you, Imam Hassan BBC.
I believe you can't read this. Ours is about the urban world in 2050. You know, the problem, the energy crisis and everything. I'll try to be brief, okay? We'll start by showing two pictures of, let's say, you know, Jeddah would be interesting for them, how Jeddah looks and how Tokyo looks. So they'll get some idea about population. And after that, you know, we'll ask them to read the first, this introductory paragraph. Okay, and then they'll get the gist out of it, the main idea. What's the main idea of this? And after this, we have paragraphs. They are numbered, and we'll give the main ideas of the paragraphs for skimming and tell them to match with the paragraphs. Okay, and then we'll set some questions for scanning. Okay, so why this scanning before reading for details, so that reading for details or the comprehension, which are the difficult questions, become easy for them after this stage. Okay, the last one is writing a paragraph. Would you like to live in a mega city? Why? Why not? So they'll discuss the advantages and disadvantages of that.
Thank you.
So we have the text, we have the title of the text. We'll ask the student to predict what the text is about from the title of the text. Prediction, guessing questions, guessing. Then, we'd like to follow the same system of the exam we have in the airline. We'll ask students true, false questions. Then, we have questions like reference questions, like it, for example, paragraph 3. We have some scanning questions, we'll ask them WH questions. And in post-reading, we have gap filling activity, like a summary. So we will test the vocabulary and the understanding of the text.
Okay, gentlemen, let's move forward. Do you have any questions?
Thank you very much.